Hey traders from around the world, welcome to your stock review. It's me, Jeremy Alexander Newsome with reallifetrading.com. Hope everyone's doing splendid. It is Friday, the end of the week, and yeah, pretty much it. Only took one day trade today for 0.3 Rs, so very, very small gainage day, but that's okay. Here's the SPY, not a whole lot going on. Realistically, I mean, nice little resistance right here. You had 3 white candles in a row. We gapped up today, so that's kind of what that selling is. But it still feels a little bit more on the bullish side to me. Here's the hourly time frame, and the hourly time frame looks kind of like an inverted head and shoulders pattern. It's pretty ugly, but I will draw it. It looks a little something like this. Boom, 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 boom. Head. Boom, 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 boom. Something like that. It's, again, a little ugly. But if it can close above this resistance at some point next week, I feel we'll slowly grind higher. And again, realistically, the 100 simple moving average is right here, right in front of our face on the SPY. So that'll be probably the target for next week, and then we'll just see what eventually ends up happening. Yeah, that's pretty much about it. Here's IQ, and so we are in a swing trade on IQ, and just really ripping this one. I feel good about it. It's at 1934, so we got triggered in here at 1655. Our original stop was down here, so we've moved up our stop a little bit. But this is kind of like the Netflix of China and has had some really good moves. Now, on the flip side of that, Dropbox, we also got triggered into bullish yesterday. Sorry, the day before yesterday. Should have exited a little bit yesterday, but it wasn't quite enough of a premium. Thought about it, didn't, should have. But it is retesting the retest gap. We're also in a Lulu swing trade on LULU. That trend looks good. I like the new all-time high today. I like that candle, and realistically, I'm just waiting for a retest of that trend line, right? So you got the good moving averages, looking for a pullback and a little bit of a dip, and then I'll move the stop some, and then just let this one continue to slowly roll just a little bit higher. So that's pretty much about it. I do have a few, one request today actually for the stock review for today. Let's get into that. ESV. So ESV, pull this up on the daily chart. And I actually looked at this one not too long ago. I think it was kind of for a day trade though. Anyway, here's the weekly chart, and just really zoom out of this thing. You'll notice it's just been getting absolutely wrecked. Huge, huge bearish trend, as most energies have. And what I'll now do is I'm gonna come into the daily chart. So this daily chart, some volume is coming in, and it does look like it is working on breaking out. Very nice support that this thing bounced off of. So here's the support level right about there. Nice support price, trading down to that level. And at this particular juncture, I mean, this is a really good resistance. So if ESV pulls back to pretty much that $5 price range, that's where I would look to buy the dip and to be a little bit more bullish than bearish if it does pull back. Here's the long-term moving averages, and we are right on top of those. So that's what it would make sense for that to actually pull back for that reason. Now, of course, if it does trade sideways for 2 or 3 days and then break out, that could be a really fun and kind of a quick trade, some fast momentum, something that you probably would want to just kind of softly keep your eyes on. Let's go look at a few more. Apple today was up a little bit of a high wave doji candle, kind of out of resistance. My buddy Jaden has a bull put spread. I did talk about this covered call just yesterday at 190 for May for anyone who has Apple, and my buddy Kevin has some put sales. That one's still bullish to neutral. Amazon down a little bit, still chilling, hanging out, doing its thing. I do have a wager that Amazon will hit the 100 simple moving average before earnings. Don't know if I'm gonna win or lose that wager, but you know, we will see. Netflix reporting earnings this next week, and I'm expecting them to probably gap higher and trade higher. Netflix is just absolutely crushing the scene right now. The only way I see it bearish is if Netflix opens below the low of this white candle right here. Now granted, it could have a little bit of a bearish gap on a gap down. Just really depends on its open and how it moves, as most stocks do. But here's your exponential moving averages. So, you know, if it opens like right here, I could see a quick bearish trade and then kind of a continuation. But yeah, if it gaps down, I mean, more than likely it'll just be an easy buy the dip. Long term, if it gaps up, I'll just slowly keep gliding higher. So Netflix, good looking trend. Really keeping a close eye. I mean, again, if it gaps into that all-time high, she's just going to keep on running. Google, at 10:36 today. Nothing really to see on Google other than it's trying to break out of a little bit of a ascending triangle, small pennant, whatever you want to call it. A little bit of a resistance here. So again, we'll see if that breaks out. But again, Google earnings are also right around the corner, so that's going to be pretty fantastic. BABA today, a little bit bearish, actually, pretty bearish on BABA. Had a pennant pattern, and I had a trader or two have a setup like this, buying it on the retest off the 200, and it just simply didn't bounce. My thoughts are pretty clear on BABA though. This was a great, very pretty breakdown, and this is a nice double bottom on the hourly. So if we do trade down to BABA into the 164 and you did take this trade and get stopped out, that's okay. I would look to try it again, honestly, at that support around 164 and some change. I think that seems, to me at least, a really good opportunity to buy the dip right around that gap. So maybe a little bit of a lower low, everyone gets trapped. Maybe you risk half an R, right, at 166, then do another half an R at 162 with a little bit of a lower stop. Just see if you can bounce that or buy that bounce off of the 50 EMA on a weekly chart. And last but not least, here's PayPal. PYPL, and PayPal just pretty much grinding. Had a pretty good week. Made a new higher high and higher low this week relative to last week. It still looks like it's in a distribution or some type of channel phase. So we'll see how long it hangs up there, but my guess is probably for quite some time. I mentioned last but not least, let's actually look at Tesla as well. So Tesla was up 2.3%. I still have a spread on Tesla that expires next Friday. So that one, man, it was a 285, 280. It was deep in the money at one point, like 30 bucks in the money, 35 bucks in the money. So great hold. I love this pennant pattern forming on Tesla, and it looks too easy, but man, if Tesla breaks above here, it's very hard to short Tesla right now. So there's a lot of people already packed in short. If it breaks that pennant higher, I think Tesla could easily get back up to the 350 mark. I do have that 285, 280 again, as I was mentioning earlier, and I will exit that with a close below 287.81. And as we go farther and farther into next week, I will lower that exit a little bit. So, you know, as we get closer and closer to expiration, hopefully that one expires worthless. Got a lot of spreads and a lot of things expiring worthless next week. So Friday, a lot of things happening for the month. Big day on Friday, sitting at about 6.5 Rs for the month of April. We'll see if that turns it into anything better between now and next Friday, but I'll keep you posted because as of next Friday, I'm taking off, as most of you know, for 2 weeks. I'm on the real life trading cruise, which will be from April 23rd. Let me just bring up the calendar really quick. So here's the calendar. I'm going to be in Miami. We're doing a real life trading meetup in Miami on the 21st. So I'm going to be in Miami 19th, 20th, RLT meetup on the 21st, and then I'm doing the cruise all week long. So I'm going to be away, and then I'm going to be in Montreal, Canada, all of this week. 30th birthday is on the 2nd, and we're going to have a real life trading meetup in Montreal on the 4th. So for my Canadians, if you're in that area, get at me. You should have already received an email, but just keep me posted and let me know what we need to do from here. Otherwise, folks, you are awesome. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll see you all next week, and then you're going to get a break from your boy for a little while, at least. One last thing. It is Friday. If you're watching this in a short 17 hours from now, the RLT Back Trading Marathon will start. All proceeds going to charity. 7 hours, pure mental marathon. It's going to be fantastic. I'll see you guys there. Bye.